Star money draped in gold, we sippin' on success. Diamonds make moves, icy wrists stay fresh. Dating lights flicker, shadows of the best. Click rolling deep, never failing, no test. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Welcome to the On God podcast. Everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. When I do these two crazy motherfuckers, we do it on God. Young Money Bad News, co-CEO of Star Money Click. No one rap in the world. BMC for life. Legendary is definitely coming very soon. 1/5 of the co-CEO of Star Money Click. No one producer in the world. You know, Punish Me Vodka that sponsors every show we do. Who they taking in the first round? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Jimmy Two Times, my brother from another mother, 49er fan, Detroit Tiger, Miami Heat, and Did You Miss Me? I don't know if they missed you, but I damn for sure don't miss you because you ain't my woman. But we are the On God podcast. All right. Welcome back, folks. 2 weeks behind, but we're going to catch y'all up real fast. First of all, the first thing I want to do is I want to give a rest in heaven to one of my favorites, Robert Carradine, better known as Louis Skolnick from Revenge of the Nerds, passed away February 23rd. We did not do a show at the time that I knew he did. I knew it happened, so I didn't get to announce this for him, but I want to give condolences to him and his family. Shout out to him. I love Revenge of the Nerds, one of my favorite movies. All the Nerds movies is my shit. So, you know, me and Two Times talk about that shit all the time. We fuck with that hard. Another rest in heaven for a legend, legendary coach Lou Holtz. Died at 89. He died on the 4th of March. Notre Dame legend. Like, just if you know Lou Holtz, you know Lou Holtz. Also had a little beef with our coach at Ohio State where he was wrong as fuck all the time, but it's cool. And then he had a show with old boy, Mr. May's cornball ass that I didn't like. But you know, it is what it is. Condolences to both of their families. I just want to put that out there first before we start. All right. NFL. The Raiders cut Geno Smith. Are we shocked?
I didn't think they should have picked him up in the first place last year, but hey,
Me too.
Used him for a bridge quarterback so they could get the number 1 pick this year, and we all know who they're picking this year, so that made Geno Smith wonderful and not shocked.
No.
I mean, y'all remember that movie Desperately Seeking Susan? Well, that's the Raiders. They was desperately seeking a quarterback. They signed his dumb ass. He wasn't even you know what? To be honest with you, I'm not shocked. I almost think they should keep him as a backup just to, you know. And I'm not saying he's worth anything, but, you know, sometimes you need a veteran quarterback just in the room. Now, if they can find somebody else, like they get Kirk Cousins or somebody just as a backup / placeholder, just in case this kid ain't ready when he comes in, because they're going to draft him.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. Geno Smith sees himself as a starter, so he ain't going to take the back seat. So that's probably a conversation they probably had, and he was like, you know what, just cut me. There's jobs out there. And then Kirk Cousins ain't taking anywhere near a minimum to play. They could probably get Tua for cheap because the Dolphins are on the hook for all that money, but they're not going to get anybody like Kirk Cousins or Geno.
You know what's so funny? I can see him going back to the New York Jets to play. I can see Geno Smith back at the Jets. That would be funny.
I don't even think he's a good backup.
I think he's done.
He's going to get a job, but he's going to get a job, but he doesn't deserve one to me.
I think I really brought that up just for him to maybe be a mentor. If they're going to draft a young kid, sometimes even if you don't have to be a great quarterback to also be a mentor because he does have experience in the league. And he went through some bullshit in New York when he got drafted. And Mendoza's getting drafted by a team that's definitely on that same type of time that the New York Jets were when the Geno Smith got drafted by them. So, it is what it is.
The Raiders trade Max Crosby to the Ravens for a 2026 and 2027 first-round pick. What I think is funny about this whole trade is everybody wanted him.
Mhm.
And you swore him down all for like almost a month. We're not going to trade him. There's nothing they can offer us. We want him back. And then you trade him to the Ravens for some shit that any one of us could have got him for.
Mhm.
And the thing that I thought was weird is you let him stay in the AFC. I thought that was really weird. But it's the Raiders. I can't not that. This is my question to y'all. Does he bolster the Ravens defense? Does he make them better?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if old boy in the middle comes back for them. And I can't think. I always mess his name up. You know what I'm talking about? That was that neck injury. If he comes back with him, Raekwon Smith, and all that, they can definitely be a fierce force front seven. So that's a huge pickup.
I think so too. My Eagles re-signed Jordan Davis, 3 years, $78 million, 65 guaranteed. I think it was a great move. He had got in shape last year. He had a hell of a year this year. It was something we needed to do before we try to pay Jalen Carter. The word out there now is they want us to trade Jalen Carter for Myles Garrett. It's not going to happen. I'm not even about to entertain it. But I think it was a great move for us. I will say that. Trick McDuffie traded to the Rams for 4 draft picks. Was this a smart move by the Rams?
It was smart, but a bad deal.
I think the getting him was smart. What you gave up to get him was not. But I think the Rams are kind of all in or bust this year. I think they don't know how long Stafford's going to be around, and they just see this as their opportunity to make the Super Bowl. They were this close this year. So I think they're going all in, man. So
I don't think that improves their defense, though.
Trent McDuffie is okay. I mean,
Yeah.
he was always number 2 on the Chiefs when old boy was there.
But he getting cut. He about to get cut. He's about to get cut in Tennessee.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like he's on. I mean, he's not worth four picks. But
fix the middle of your defense, and then maybe that'll help. But you can't get. They're barely getting any pass rush, even with Jared. What's his name? Jared
Verse.
Jared Verse. So it's like, man, get out of here. Okay, y'all throw away y'all draft picks again. That's cool.
But that's how they won the Super Bowl the year against the Bengals. They go all in for 1 year. They don't.
Yeah, but Jalen Ramsey versus McDuffie, I agree with you. It's a comparison, but it's not that. I don't think this puts them in that same stratosphere as they did that year.
Jalen Ramsey doesn't play corner anymore. So
no, I'm just saying. I'm talking about when they traded for him, he did.
Yeah. Cardinals released Kyler Murray.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. But where does Kyler Murray go?
Man,
Minnesota or Miami.
I think Minnesota makes more sense for him. I thought he was going to get traded or released to go to the Jets. I thought he was going to get traded to the Jets. But, I mean, nobody's doing that free will. So if he's got free will and he's entertaining stuff, I think it's Minnesota, man.
I think Minnesota is the best landing spot, but I won't be surprised if Miami throw him a bag.
Yeah, that's true too. Miami might throw him a bag.
Because Miami,
he's going to get significant. He's going to get significant interest. I mean, I've even heard. Don't be surprised if Atlanta even peeks at him.
I was going to say, don't be surprised if like a third team.
I can see Atlanta. Atlanta would not be bad, but they're in on Penix now. I think they're in on Penix because Penix was not bad. He wasn't bad. He just got
no. He wasn't. He wasn't at all.
I think, and he's young. I think they're going to stick with Penix.
And they couldn't keep that whole offense together on the field at the same time too. So I think some continuity with Penix and London and Pitts. Now that they're going to pay him with Bijan in the backfield, and you improve that line a little bit, that offensive line, shit, Atlanta gonna be exactly what we thought they should have been.
But they also found their identity with running the ball with their running back now. They know who
Definitely,
they are. That's why they look so good
definitely.
at the end of the year. Stephon Diggs released from the Patriots. Where does he go?
To court.
Cardi B.
That's a good question, man. He's an older wide receiver. He's still quality. I mean, it just depends on who wants to actually. He's going to want some money, and his numbers justify him getting some money. Now, how much money? I give him anywhere between 15 to 20, but I can't give him over 20 because if Mike Evans, who only had a injury problem this year, is probably going to get around 15 to 20. Then you almost got to put them in the same range because they're both older wide receivers that still have something to prove. They're still very serviceable.
I kind of see him ending up in Tennessee for some reason. I don't know why I got that feeling. I just feel like Tennessee would be the team that would throw him a bag, and that would be something he would want. It doesn't matter the team. I think
his off-field problems are going to hurt him because, like I said, he's not a bad guy. He just has bad relationship issues, which that ain't got nothing to do with his play. But, teams really look at things, well, if we're going to get this guy some money, is he going to actually be here to play, or we're just paying for his legal fees and him to not be here?
A good spot for him would be is Cleveland. Be enough if they bring in somebody else.
I can see him going to Pittsburgh.
I was just about to say that shit when you said that.
Pittsburgh don't have shit at that second spot, and he would be a great number 2 for DK for real. Like, but also with you got to understand too. Like, he had a good year. He didn't have a bad year.
No.
But I don't put him and Mike Evans in the same world because Mike Evans' production is way higher than his.
No, I'm talking about pay. They're only compared to pay.
I know what you're talking about, the money. I'm not even talking about the money. I'm talking about production-wise is what they take you on. They don't give a fuck about your money because money goes. Money flies around all the time. Production-wise, though, they're in two different worlds. But I could see him in Pittsburgh. And if not him, I can see Mike Evans in Pittsburgh because they will definitely throw him a bag because they need him. They need him.
But Tampa Bay acting like they want to keep him though. Still,
but they do that every year with him.
Yeah.
So if they keep him, I won't be surprised.
Nah.
2 times I'm gonna let you go into this NFL free agency thing, and then we'll switch to NBA in a minute. Go ahead.
So basically, I want you guys' opinion on what do you think are the top 3 values in free agency from a position standpoint? What do you think teams that are looking for free agents, what's going to be their best point to actually try to pick up on? Will it be something like safety, some on offense? What do you guys think?
Well, it just depends on what teams we're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about overall because, to be honest with you, everybody could use something in general. But I'm saying just as far as like, because think about the quarterback position right now. There's some decent names out there, but is the quarterback position a good value this year, especially from a free agency standpoint? That's what I mean. So it's like everybody needs something different for the most part, but pretty much everybody's pretty much looking to improve every part of their team. But as far as like what teams can spend and what they can actually get out of that particular position, what are the best positions you think in free agency, the top 3 positions that you think teams can get the best value out of?
Linebacker, edge rusher, and offensive lineman. Those are always the cost-effective positions you can get in free agency. I think quarterback this year is where they're going to get the most value because they're not going to have to bust the bank open to get any of these guys. If you're not sold on a rookie quarterback or you don't think you can get one in the draft, I think quarterback is probably the best value that you're going to get in free agency that we've had in a long time because all these guys have something to prove. None of these guys really they did okay to better than okay at their other teams, but they weren't superstars necessarily. Kyler Murray kind of flirted on it a couple years. Tua kind of flirted on it a couple years, but Tua's hurt a lot. Miami's on the hook for all that money. You got those two floating around. You got what's that boy from Green Bay?
Malik Willis.
Willis floating around. He ain't gonna cost you a shit ton. He's gonna cost you a little bit, but like $36 million. That's pretty cheap for a quarterback these days. So I think that's going to be the value. If you don't think you can get one in the draft, or you don't like this year's draft class of quarterbacks, but defensive tackles, ends, linebackers, offensive linemen, where you're always going to get the value in free agency, and everybody always needs those positions because they grind them to death.
This year, I think it's edge rusher, safety, and I would say receiver. I see a lot of teams that need a safety, an edge rusher, and a receiver. And it might not be a number one, but a receiver, but they might need a number two, or you need number three. Safety it's a lot of names in the safety booth right now that can go. And edge rusher has just always been number one. Everybody wants a fucking edge rusher. So if you don't get them in a draft, you get them in the free agency world, though.
That's it. Those are interesting answers. Me personally, I was thinking more along the lines of offensive line, just because of what Seattle did this year on their way to go into the Super Bowl, being able to protect your quarterback and actually move the ball on defenses like them, because I think we're going to have some improved defensive play this year. I think your Philadelphia Eagles are probably going to get back to being the more dominant defense consistently throughout the year. I think Seattle's going to stay where they're at. And I think we're going to get a Baltimore Ravens team that's going to be healthy, that's going to get back to their normal consistency, because this was the first year in 15 years that they didn't have a guy on the edge that got at least 4.5 sacks. And this was the first time in their franchise's history that they had anybody that they had this problem on the defensive line in general. So it's like, I think there's going to be some teams that had some lackluster seasons on the front seven that's really going to step up. And that's why I'm thinking offensive line, so primarily the guard position, center. That's why the Ravens center, Lindstrom, I think he's going to get a bag. And I think that's going to be a value, because I think he's going to be really, especially for a young quarterback. So if Mendoza is going to be the number one pick, I would think common sense wise, the Raiders should go throw that bag to old boy to get him a good signal call, or somebody that's going to help him get those checks at the line of scrimmage to help him produce. So me, preferably offensive line and defensive line, just like you said, News, with the edge and defensive tackles. That's why your guy, Jalen Carter, if they don't pay him or something else goes crazy, I think teams like myself, Cincinnati, even though nobody wants to go there, unfortunately, because
we gonna pay him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know you are, but shit happens. That's what I'm saying. I hope you don't, because I want him. But when I saw that news breakout, I said, you paid Jordan Davis. And then everybody's asking, well, they're going to pay Jalen Carter. In my mind, I'm like, they're going to pay him.
Jalen Carter got another year, so it's like,
yeah. I mean, you got to pay him. It's better to pay him early.
That's that media shit I don't entertain.
Oh yeah. Because my guy jumped.
It's like my receiver my receiver been supposed to be getting traded this whole fucking time, right? AJ Brown, he's gone. AJ Brown for this. AJ Brown for that. Harry Roseman said, Brown is AJ Brown. Y'all, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Like,
and plus, they've already said the implications to just either trade or just release him wouldn't make any sense. It's numbers and things, decisions that your GM would never even do in the first. Yeah, it'd be stupid to do that. What to get rid of a guy because he reads the Bible on the damn sideline? Like, man, get out of here.
I don't give a fuck if he eat French fries on the sideline.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck. He could be doing cartwheels in that bitch as long as he's producing.
When he's healthy and he's him, he's top.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best wide receivers in the league, man. And they need to cut this shit out.
All right, so we're gonna switch to the NBA. Jason Tatum returns. His first game, he was. He looked like he was a little edgy. He had a decent game, but his game today against Cleveland, he balled out. So 1-5, I'm gonna let you take over with Jason Tatum. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just curious what your guys' take on Tatum coming back. Does that throw off the chemistry with the Celtics to where they had to, they got into a rhythm to where they take a certain number of shots and stuff, and there's going to be guys that's got to step back a little bit so that he gets his, or is it now the Celtics are the favorite in the East because he's back?
Go ahead. Well, I watched him today.
Mhm.
What I noticed was they let him get his shit going first to get him back in the groove. The thing about the Celtics too, though, you gotta understand this. Like, they led the league in threes for like the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So they don't care who shoots the ball. They just don't. I mean, they live on and die by what they die by. He can't fuck up some chemistry that he was already a part of, if that makes sense. Like, he's already played with them boys for so many years. So it's like that's the thing about the Celtics too. You can plug into their offense really easy because you just play it seemed like when you go over there, like for instance, they got Vucevic from Chicago. He plays center. He's one of the best centers in the league. He looks like Vucevic. He has not changed his game from Chicago coming to Boston. Boston just makes you comfortable. But are they a contender? Hell fucking yeah. Me personally, it's Detroit, it's Boston, it's New York. That's me. That's just me. We blew out New York today, but when New York is on their shit, like for instance, New York just before they played us, they beat Denver and they beat San Antonio easily too. Like beat their ass. So, I just don't believe it's gonna fuck up no chemistry. But like I said, that's my 3. Oh, and Cleveland is 4. The reason why I put Cleveland at 4 is because they're getting Harden now, and Allen is hurt, but Allen will be right back. Mobley just came back into the lineup, so that's why they got the doors blown today because they didn't have Allen. But I think it's them 4 teams in the East are a problem, and Boston now. Boston. Think about this. Boston has been number 2 all year without Jason Tatum. Like, how in the he's up for coach of the year because of the job he's did this year without Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is one of the top 10 players, if not top 5 in the NBA right now. So it's like, damn, you lost your best player and y'all still balling out. So I got Boston. I can see them Eastern Conference Finals against Detroit. That's me.
It's a very good question. And it's actually one that's been across several different podcasts, and I like it. I have to agree with News on this. I don't think it's going to mess up their chemistry. And Cam said this early on his podcast. Shout out that it is what it is. They brought him in right at the right time, the last 19, 20 minutes of the 20 games of the year to help him get into the flow and get back to basketball shape. So that way by the first round, you're going to be like, damn, he's fresh. They ain't missing a beat. God damn, the Celtics are back. Well, the Celtics didn't actually fucking go anywhere because remember, before the season started, oh, damn, we ain't going to worry about the Celtics. All of us kind of felt that way to an extent, whether we felt that way greatly or not. It was kind of like, well, let's see what they're going to look like without him. And, well, these motherfuckers, you almost felt like he was still there, kind of, And, Jaylen Brown kind of solved he answered a lot of questions this year because people was like, well, is he going to be able to take over? I said, shit, he looked very well to me. If anything, I'd have to put him in MVP race this year because he's having a hell of a season. And I'm with you. Detroit, them, and New York. New York is a strong 3rd team for me. Cleveland is definitely the 4th team. We had this conversation before, and I kind of said Cleveland earlier as maybe a thing. And after I started looking at it, I'm like, yeah, they're more 4 than they are maybe the 2nd best team in the league. But Detroit is definitely looking like the East Coast version or the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
they're looking like Oklahoma in the East. Their version of Oklahoma in the East. So it's like, me personally, I think it's gonna be hard to get through either Boston or Detroit this year. And Tatum right now, I mean, that was a hell of a plan. That you got to get a Celtics credit for how they brought him along with his injury and just inserted him right back into the lineup. I said this is almost not even fair.
Hold on, 1-5. You remember last year? Last year I said it's going to be a problem. You remember that? And 2 times was on that Man, but that's the Detroit line. That's the Detroit Pistons, man. I'm like, no, bro. Like, you gotta watch them. You gotta watch them.
Hey,
And
I was wrong.
I'm gonna be honest. Bickerstaff is coach of the year to me. That's who my coach of the year is. I got
But
Bickerstaff.
But you know what though? He has a great coaching pedigree anyway because his dad was a hell of a coach. Because he would take some teams that weren't worth a fuck and elevate them in ways. So he gets his coaching pedigree from his dad. Even though his dad never got the success and the flowers he actually should have deserved, he was a very good coach. So it doesn't shock me that he's doing what he's doing with this Pistons squad. So he's doing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If it ain't him as the coach of the year, then it's got to be Missoula. It's one of the two, man. I don't know, but it ain't even close to anybody else. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I will give you a third. I will give you a third coach for coach of the year. If the Charlotte Hornets make the playoffs, I would say their head coach is number 3.
They rolling right now.
They rolling right now.
So you guys know what the Celtics record without Tatum is?
Tell us.
It's 70-43. They got a way good record without Jason Tatum.
But now, you got to remember, they roster so good. It's great.
Well, that's what I'm saying is the fact that that's why I wanted to know what you guys thought. Does it change anything or anything like that?
No.
The Celtic, they're like, he's probably like the least missed star when he goes out because of the roster.
How good they are, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got to think, though, to this, though, 1-5. Check this out, though. Think about this. It really helped him being gone because now them players that was on the bench getting no fucking time, they came in. And remember, this whole year they've been number 2 in the East without him. Think of what we're saying right now. You're number 2 in the East without one of the top players in the league with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had a hell of a year, monster year. He could be MVP for real. That's the type of year he had. But then when you think about how good they are, when they go into the playoffs and you're going to get the real Tatum, they're going to be dangerous, bruh. I'm going to be honest. You've been on Detroit all year going, yeah, they number 1. But if Boston is in the finals, I don't think nobody on this podcast is going to be like this. We're surprised. Because nobody be like, oh, I guess.
Because you want to know why? I'm gonna tell you this much: if everything goes the way it might, I think it might go, and Boston ends up in the fucking finals. I'm gonna say right now, the Vujovic trade is probably gonna be one of the sneakiest, one of the best trades during the damn trading deadline that nobody even thought about. And I'm like, you should have never let that motherfucker go there.
Chicago let him go there. Like,
because Chicago's stupid as fuck.
And then, but then they gave old boy to Charlotte, Bryant, and he's a monster. And that's why Charlotte's on Charlotte is 16-4 in the last 19 games, 20 games.
They didn't figure something out finally.
Yeah, they found you gotta and I gotta give a shout out. I'm a Tar Heel for life, but Con Knipple is a fucking problem. He is rookie of the year in my world. That's just me. He is my rookie of the year.
I agree with you. That
motherfucker, because he has the best percentage at 3-point in the league. He don't miss. The boy bad. That motherfucker bad, bro.
And the sad part is he could have been had. I don't know how motherfucker just slept on him. He should have went higher in the draft.
Because he was playing at Duke. Remember, one thing about Duke that people got to understand, they get so many 5 stars on one starting lineup, you don't know who's shining until that one person stands out. But remember, he was playing with Cooper Flagg. So who was the best player on the floor? Cooper Flagg. But Con Knipple was just sitting over there like this. 3 ball. You
know what that
25 points.
That reminds me of when Jamison and Carter was on the same team.
Yeah, you didn't know Vince Carter was that wrong. You didn't know he was that wrong.
I thought Vince Carter was going to be a lot better than Jamison anyway, just because I watched and I'm like, man, this Carter guy is amazing. He is amazing.
His upside was always high. It was always there.
But the crazy part about it is you didn't go. You couldn't go wrong with either one of them when it was time to draft.
No.
Right.
But you got to remember, Jamison's game was a college basketball game at that time. Vince Carter was an NBA game with a college game. So when they got to the league, that's why Vince Carter flew so fast, because he adjusted to it quickly. And then remember, later on in Jameson's career at the Wizards, he became a real dog when he started getting that jumper. Because remember, when Jameson went to the league, he didn't have a jumper yet. When he got
he was all post up.
Yeah, when he got that jumper, you couldn't fuck with Jameson. He was one of the best fours in the league. I mean threes, I'm sorry. All right, so we're gonna move on. I love this shit. We're doing good right now. This is my next question to the guys. Can the Spurs really dethrone the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals this year? Ooh, this is a good question.
That's a damn good question. Because here's the thing: the Spurs have what it takes to beat them, but I don't think they have the experience and the time in the playoffs. See, it's something different when Popovich was the head coach. He ain't the head coach no more. They're a very good team, and I think they're on their way.
We left him out. He could be coach of the year too, because them motherfuckers, they number 2 in the West. He could be coach of the year. He's a young boy too. He's a baby.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'll give him some love, and I'll give what's my man that just got chased out of Boston that's now in Houston. He's doing it because when whatchamacallit got hurt with Fleet, when Van Fleet got hurt, I was like, who gonna play point guard? They ain't really missing a beat either. But you know what's so funny about that? You look at Boston and you look at Houston, and both their head coaches are the same coaching style. That's why those teams are doing what they do.
Yeah. 1-5, what you think? What you think about the Spurs? He's thrown in the Thunder. Can they do it?
I agree with 2 times. I think that they'll give Oklahoma a series. If Oklahoma doesn't slip up to somebody else and they do meet, I think it'd be a 5-6 game series. Oklahoma winning, just because I don't think they're battle hardened enough yet, especially playoffs. But I think if they catch them next year, it's a different story. Wemby's a beast.
Yeah.
But I think it's like things like the Bulls when they used to play the Pistons. You know, they get beat up a little bit and then they come back.
They had to go through them challenges, them trials, tribulations.
Where everybody's just going to say the Spurs are the team and they're going to beat them and this, that, and the other thing. Watch, if they play in the playoffs, ESPN and the other talking heads will talk about San Antonio really putting it to them and stuff, and I don't think they're going to. I think SGA and them, barring injury, they're the team to beat in the West, man.
So let me. I'm gonna piggyback off of both of y'all's answer and watch this. When I'm about to fuck both of y'all up. They played 4 times this year. 3-1. Who do you think it's in favor of?
San Antonio.
Yeah. But let me get to this. It's 3-1 San Antonio. But I'm gonna go back and now I'm about to wake y'all up and take y'all back. Let me go back to when my Lakers was in the 2000s, going back to back to back. We would have teams like Portland, like Sacramento, in the regular season give us problems. The playoffs came, and like 1-5 said, you said 2 times, the experience and that grit of having that knowledge of the playoffs, San Antonio don't have it. And this is what I told Keno this. Shout out to Keno. Shout out to I told Keno this the other day. I said, whichever one of these teams get home court advantage, that's the team that's going to win between these two. Because OKC in the playoffs is a whole different problem than regular season OKC. That shit is on Golden State level of loud. Like, it's 2 arenas that you don't want to go to that's loud. Golden State, OKC. Oh, and Denver. Denver's like that too. Because the altitude is
altitude.
Yeah. But I'm going to be honest. I'm with both of y'all. I don't think they're going to beat OKC. I have OKC going back to back. Me personally, I think the only team that give OKC a problem is Boston. That's just me. Because I think Detroit is there, but I think Detroit is a year away from being in the finals. But I think Detroit is going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. I really do. But I don't think they can beat Boston in 7 games because of the experience and just that grit. Like, Boston knows how to do it. And Boston go now. There's another thing about Detroit that people sleep on. Detroit has damn near the best bench in the league besides OKC and Boston. So and San Antonio. San Antonio is deep. But this is what I want to say this about San Antonio. I don't know if y'all know this. San Antonio doesn't have an identity on offense. They don't.
Mm-mm.
Because
That's going to hurt them.
If you ever watch them play, if y'all are the coach of San Antonio, who's touching the ball first?
It's always going to be Wemby.
Castle, Vassell, and Fox always score first.
Mhm.
Makes no sense. When you watch Detroit, it's Cade. We going Cade Cunningham. When you watch Houston, we going KD. When you watch Minnesota, we going Ant-Man. When you watch Boston, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. When you watch New York, Jalen Brunson. You don't go outside. He's the one. Why are y'all going outside the one? That's why. So that's the thing about them. And I got that from Gilbert Arenas because Gilbert Arenas said that shit. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, his show. He has said on this podcast, he said, I like San Antonio, but what is San Antonio's identity on offense? And I sat there and I watched them and I thought about it. And when you watch them play, it's like they don't even go to Wemby first. They play out.
All the championship teams go to their main guy, and he had to get going first, and then he gets everybody else going. Now those teams that don't have an identity, or you get that when an old Pistons team that didn't really have a superstar, then it didn't matter. They won in an untraditional way and an unorthodox type of way,
Yeah.
But I will say this: Boston and Oklahoma City is the series we should have got last year if Tatum didn't get hurt.
And I think we're gonna get it this year. I really do. So, with me now, I'm gonna transition to this next question of both of y'all. How serious do we take the Detroit Pistons?
I think
Very serious.
I think the Detroit Pistons are in the same position San Antonio Spurs are in.
I agree. I do.
You know what's funny? 1-5. I do too. I think they're the second. I think they're the second team in the East, but they got the number 1 position. And when it's all said and done, I don't think they're gonna beat Boston because Boston they challenged. They know it. They've been there. I think San Antonio and Detroit is a year away. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If we get San Antonio and Detroit in the finals next year, I will not be surprised. I will not fucking be surprised, bro. Real shit. But let me ask y'all this too, with this same question. Is Cade Cunningham an MVP candidate? Because I believe he is. He is averaging, he is doing numbers in every category.
Mm-hmm.
He don't play the one, but he plays the one, which is crazy. They don't.
He's one of the most complete. He's one of the most complete players in the league right now.
Yes, he's complete. He's complete. And I'm happy to see it though, because Detroit is one of them franchises where, and we all grew up in that era of the bad boys. You have to have Detroit, man. You have to have Boston, Detroit, and New York good in the East. We
just need to get Chicago back there.
You do. But if you don't have Chicago, you gotta have them 3 main markets.
Definitely.
Man. You have
definitely.
It just fits. So I know how y'all feel about that. Now, let me transition to the next question. Still in the NBA. Can the Knicks really make a run?
I think they can make a run. Now, will they make a run? That's a different story. I think we saw the best of them last year.
I don't think so.
You don't think
I think they're better this year. I think they're better this year.
Playoffs.
Well,
I agree.
They had the easiest road last year in the playoffs.
They did. I'll give you that. But I think as a team, I think they're better this year under Mike Brown's tutelage. I think they're better under Mike Brown.
Right. And that's what I'm.
The record shows though, bro. They're number 3 in the East. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. The Knicks are pretty much kind of like I don't really know what to say about them for the regular season. They're kind of a little all over the place. But this is the part that what scares me about the Knicks and why I have a feeling this is going to be a little different for them this year than it was last year. The one main thing we talked about last year, their head coach last year was running their ass to the ground and had too short of a lineup.
He didn't play.
Mike Brown ain't gonna do that. And see,
everybody.
And see what I like what Mike Brown does on he makes great adjustments because when they played SGA, they double teamed the shit out. They said get the ball in his hand and make somebody else beat you. That type of temperament on defense is going to be the main reason why we not really sure about the Knicks this year in the playoffs. But if they do what I think they're going to do now with this head coach Mike Brown, differently what they did last in the playoffs.
In the future, they're gonna be.
We might be wrong. We might be wrong about the Pistons and the Celtics.
And then you got to think about this about the Knicks too. Mike Brown is under that tree of Popovich, so it's in his DNA. He's a winner. He knows how to win. Even though Cleveland fucked him over,
and the Lakers,
we fucked him over too. He's really good with them because they know what their offensive identity is. They just didn't play no D. And now they play D. And, man, I think in the future the Knicks are going to be there. But right now, I'm with y'all. I just don't think they're better than – I don't think they're better than Boston. I don't think they're better than Detroit. And I think if you was to put them in Cleveland against each other, they're like even to me. Like they're like tied for third to me for real. Like, honestly,
I just feel like last year they did it. I think if they could have had Mike Brown last year instead of this year, I think they could have. They would have to the finals. They would have went to the finals. They would have beat the Pacers.
They would have beat the Pacers for sure. And that's another thing. That's another thing I want to say. Is it not crazy though that like the Pacers have nosedived? It just shows you how good Halliburton is. He's good. I've said this before. I don't think Halliburton is a superstar, but I think he's an all-star. But I think if he comes back and he keeps playing at a certain level, I will crown him superstar status. Because if he keeps giving me the same numbers and he goes to the playoffs and he produces, I have no choice but to go, that motherfucker's a superstar, bro. And that's just how I'm just being fair. Like you know who I want, but y'all know who I really, really like that under the radar, but their team ain't that good, but they probably gonna make the playoffs. I think Brandon Ingram is a motherfucking problem. Oh my God. Toronto is a sleeper.
Because he was in a waste dump in New Orleans.
Oh, we should have never got rid of him in LA for
no. That was horrible.
I keep B.I. He was young. I knew he was gonna be raw. Man, that motherfucker sweet. So this is my question to the guys. Top three. Who's your MVP top three candidates in the NBA right now? Just three. 1-5, who you got?
Jaylen Brown, Wemby, and Cade Cunningham.
Okay. 2 times who you got?
Be different.
I'd have to say Cade Cunningham, Djokovic, and I put Wemby in there. I put Wemby there.
I got Cade, Joker, and Wemby too. I got them too. And because SGA can't qualify because he didn't miss too many games.
Yeah. No, actually, Joker might not be able to also.
He's this close. I think
he's got like a game or two. He can't miss no more games.
If another game, he's done. But Joker's number, he leads the league in rebounds and assists.
And if he's on autopilot, he's on autopilot.
What? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Effortless. You know what I mean?
All he has to do is get into the parking lot and it's over.
It's like
he's a video game player, bro.
Yeah, he looks like a magician out there. He's just floating around. You know what I mean? Like, what's this guy doing?
Motherfucker put up 50 and 15 assists like it's nothing. Like, what the fuck? Is anybody guarding this motherfucker?
They did.
But they are.
You're not even really paying attention. Next thing you know, the dude, you look up, dude's got 30, 20, and 15 or some shit. You know what I mean?
I had this conversation with Magic today, actually, or it was either yesterday. And Magic will be on the show soon. We talked about it. But what do y'all think about this? You know, I said this to him, and he agreed with me. I said, Prime Shaq in LA against Wemby and Joker, they can't fuck with him. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Joker don't play no defense. Shaq gonna dominate. Shaq will get 40 and 20 on him easy, right? But Shaq's not gonna stop him because he has that outside game that Shaq doesn't want to guard.
Well,
A matchup that I would love to see, Wemby and Shaq, even though I think Shaq's still gonna get his numbers because he's so big and he'll move Wemby, I still think Wemby gonna get his numbers because he's so tall and he can stretch the floor.
but you know, Akeem Olajuwon gave Shaq a lot of problems.
But you talking about baby Shaq.
But it
See,
doesn't matter.
if you put Akeem, yes it does. If you put Akeem up against LA Shaq, Akeem ain't fucking with him. Period, bro. No.
Yeah, 2000 Shaq was probably. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That might have been the greatest season I've ever seen from a center. And when I said that keyword is seen, because I never saw Will Chamberlain.
No.
YouTube don't count. The greatest center.
You talk about 94, 95 Shaq. I'll give you that. Akeem is fucking him up. But 2000 Shaq, Akeem not fucking with him. Oh no.
And you know what's the great thing about the great thing about that is 1-5. If it wasn't for what Akeem did to him in the finals, we don't get 2000 Shaq.
We don't. He made him play like that. He even admitted it. He said, if I don't lose to Akeem, I don't become 2000 Shaq. Period. Because Akeem was the one.
Well, Shaq has said that Akeem Olajuwon's the one person that gave him fits in the NBA.
But it was 94, 95.
Plays a lot like Akeem offensively. You know what I mean? So I think offensively, you're right. He's going to give him some problems. But he's got
for sure.
Than Akeem had, but Akeem had a nice mid-range jumper. But I don't think any of them's fucking with Shaq all the way.
No.
Shaq,
I think it's just because now when Wemby block his shot here and there, he probably blocked the jump.
But in the post, he can't do nothing with him in the post.
If he want to spin and put that body on him and dunk, he gonna dunk on Wemby a lot. You know what he would do to Wemby? Remember how he did Dikembe in 2001 in the finals? It'd be the same shit.
Exactly like that.
He too skinny. Like you have to be like, you gotta be like this, bro. When you fuck with Shaq, you gotta be cut. And
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Joker don't have a chance.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you took this year's Spurs team and had to play that 2000 Lakers team, you can't put Wemby on Shaq anyway. You'd have to put somebody else on him.
Who the fuck gonna guard Kobe?
Wing.
Who the fuck gonna call? Who gonna call?
I might as well be guarding Kobe.
Who gonna be? We talking about being like, you gotta remember, it's like I think people forget this. 20, 21, and 22-year-old Kobe Bryant. That's the 3 titles in a row. The shit he did to Sacramento alone, like by himself, not Shaq. See, people forget them games where he had 40 on Sacramento, 40 and 17. And motherfuckers like, damn, Kobe did that? Yes, with Shaq in the lineup. Where he had to defer to Kobe, like, go ahead, youngster, take over. Kobe was one of them, bro.
But you know what's so crazy? I almost feel like if Chicago would have stayed together for that 2000 season,
nobody fuck with them.
Yeah.
No. Ron Harper at the 1, Jordan at the 2, Pippen at the 3, Rodman at the 4, Longley at the 5. First of all, they too long. Second of all, they got the best defense in the league. That's number 2. And number 3, it's a man on the floor that wears number 23. Ain't nobody fucking with that man. They can't. And they was talking about it on Pinson and Raymond Felton. They podcast, the Baja. Shout out to the Baja. They was talking about putting the Warriors 17 team up against the 96 Bulls. Bro, stop, bro. Just stop. Because Ron Harper alone, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry's ass up. He's not letting them shoot like that. He's not giving. He's 6'6". He's not playing like you're putting Pippen on KD for sure. Like you might put Jordan on Steph, and if you put Jordan on Steph, it's gonna be a problem. Klay Thompson can't even dribble, so you ain't even got to worry about him putting the ball on the floor. And Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman have him foul at every game. Dennis Rodman have him
Hey, Dennis Rodman would have grabbed his nuts, his ass, and everything else. Had him salty. He'd have been in the locker room because he'd have been ejected. He'd have probably licked the back of his neck and did some stupid shit to him.
He would be like this.
Show when Robin would have been doing that.
Robin would have said, "Is he coming out for the second half?" They'd be like, "Nah, you was grabbing his nuts too long." Like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
We're like, bro. And then hold on, and then they forget this because they went to the Andre Iguodala. Tony Kukoc is 6'10". Tony Kukoc was a problem. Tony Kukoc was 6th man of the year that year. What the fuck are you talking about? That's 17 plus off the bench. Steve Kerr is a target shooter. He's literally Steph Curry and Klay Thompson Jr. This is all day. All day.
And Judd Bushler.
Come on, bro. Come on. Come on.
That was sweet, man. That Bulls
I
team.
love that Warriors team, but that Bulls team.
Let's just be realistic here.
The
No.
only team I think that could match that Bulls team is my 2000 Lakers. And the reason why is because Shaq is a problem for any era. And Kobe and Jordan would match each other. So all the shooters I got in LA with Rick Fox and Devin George, and we got a nice bench. We got a lot of players. But I don't, man, that 96 Bulls team, man, that might be the best. And then I brought this up. I don't think they can fuck with that Warriors. I don't think they fucking with that 85 Boston or that 85 Lakers. I don't see it. Because them motherfuckers was 10 deep. Like, they could bring 10 Hall of Famers off the goddamn bench. Y'all tripping, man.
And the fact that LA just ran up and down the field on the court all day long.
Who's fucking with Kareem? Who? On what team are they fucking with Kareem? And Magic is 6'9". What are we talking about, bro? Like, and then who's fucking with Bird? Parrish, the whole Mikal, Parrish, Bird in the front line is a problem.
Man,
I don't even know.
I think if Bird played right now in today's NBA,
Luka.
30,
Luka.
yeah, because Joker played.
He averaged about 40. He's averaging 40, 40 and 10. 40 and 10 easy.
40, 10, and 10.
He basically be Joker at the 4.
Jordan would average at least 40, if not 45 a game. And
Jordan might average 50. He might average 50.
Yeah.
He's at 175 points a game.
I'm just saying that's why I threw them teams out, because I don't really think people understand. Like, when they go with the nowadays teams, Boston, Detroit, LA, Chicago were so deep. If you really play them in a series, and we talking about 7 games, you're going to get tired out trying to match them, because they got Hall of Famers on the bench. Fuck the starting lineup. All 3 of them teams, the 2000 Lakers, bro, it's not
all them teams are playing man-to-man defense too. None of that jump defense.
None of that. But you're not playing zone. You can't zone, and you can hand check. How the fuck y'all gonna play? If I can hand check, oh, it's over. It's over.
You're gonna be so. You're gonna be so. You're gonna be so by game 3. You're gonna be pained.
The random ain't even coming to the lane fucking with the bad boys. Hell no. They'll cry. They be at the halftime. I swear to God, I hate them. Like,
I know he's on.
But
can you imagine?
The next show we gonna do a poll. We gonna put a poll up. I'm gonna write down the best teams that won the championship. I'm even gonna throw that Miami Heat team with Bron and them, with Wade and them, and I'm gonna match them up. And I want to know who we really think can fuck with who. I don't, bruh. If you put the '85 Lakers against Bron and them, I got the Lakers all day long. I got the Celtics all day long. Because I don't think nobody can fuck with Bird. Nobody can fuck with Magic or Kareem. Nobody can fuck with Shaq Kobe.
Didn't the 85 team, the 85 Laker team win like 65 games that year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't no.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's when they was, bruh. That's when they had their own Converse and
Yeah.
colors. Come on, man. Like AC James Worthy. Who the fuck is checking James Worthy? Who? Big Game James? Man, stop, bruh. Byron Scott, the real Byron Scott, though, in his prime. Come on, bro.
Hey, when a motherfucker coming down the lane on you, it's some goddamn New Balances that's tall in a 2-story building. What you gonna do when you got some 20-foot tall goddamn Converse?
Hey, no, what big man? What Chris Bosh ain't fucking with Kevin McHale? Chris Bosh, Kevin McHale, bro. Like,
I love Bosh, but no.
Come on, bro.
You know, I think people don't give Kevin McHale, especially days. They don't because he looks goofy. You know what I mean? If you look at Kevin McHale, he doesn't look like somebody's going to ass on the basketball court.
You know who Kevin McHale? You know who Kevin McHale was to people more current to this day? Tim Duncan.
Yeah. Fundamentally sound. And I'll be honest. Put those Spurs teams in there with Duncan in them. It's hard to fuck with them because you can't fuck with Duncan. And if you got the Twin Towers, it's really a problem. I don't know how you gonna fuck with that.
Ooh, that's why we should do a tournament of champions.
That's what we gonna do. That's what I said. I'm gonna write it up, bro. And I want y'all to y'all can send me the messages of everybody that won the finals that y'all felt like was the elite teams. And we're gonna do a bracket, and then we're gonna pick the winners. And we're gonna go from every team, we're gonna match them up, and then at the end, we're gonna have a champion. I just don't think nobody's gonna be the 96 Bulls, I believe, we're all gonna say that's the champion. I swear.
I mean, we almost giving away the motherfucking end of this. I mean, hey, look, and nobody hated the Bulls as an organization more than me and my Miami Heat. So for me to even say this shit hurts.
96 Bulls against them Celtics in the 80s would be great. Against the Lakers in the 80s, it'd be great. I would love to see that shit, boy. Even 91, even the 91 Bulls. Oh my God.
89 Pistons.
89 and 88. Fuck it, both of them. 88 and 89. You went back. They was the 90 champions too. Back to back. We going back to back. It's hard, bro. Like, you gotta put them in there. You gotta put the Spurs in there. You gotta put the Heat in there. You even gotta put the Mavericks. If you think the Mavericks was that good with Dirk, because Dirk had a finals for your ass.
I think what we should also do, we should do also a woulda, coulda, shoulda tournament too of teams that didn't win it.
Kings, Portland Trail Blazers. Yeah, we gonna do that for sure. Bruh, I don't. Hey.
With White Chocolate and Weber, man, was sweet. And Vlade.
Them Kings was a problem, man. But God made Kobe and Shaq. God made Kobe and Shaq, so
baby, they used to get on my fucking nerves, bro. I used to be heartbroken. Like, bro, we about to lose to these motherfuckers now? Like, no. But we always won, bro. I don't know how, but yeah, we gonna do that, bro. We got to. All right, so let's get on to these side notes, man, so we can get the hell out of here. This is a hell of a show. This was a great show. I love this shit. It was fun. All right. I don't care who it is. 2 times. I'm not doing this with you today. Fuck you. One time. What is your side note, bro? What is your fucking side note?
So I know I probably stepped all over 2 times side note with this, but the late great Notre Dame head coach Lou Holtz passed away. And I was listening to a sports podcast, and they were talking about one of the best stories about him that I've heard is that he liked to play golf, and he would take May and some of the other guys that he did commentary with to go play golf with him. And he had bet Mark May some money that he could beat him at golf. And he, Lou Holtz was old, and he had just had neck surgery. So I guess he spanked him pretty good on the golf course. And then he was getting a picture on the 18th green of him getting the money handed to him from Mark May, and he ran back into the clubhouse and got his neck brace so he could put his neck brace on and get the money and have the.
Wow.
How'd you lose to a guy in a neck brace at golf? You know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty fun.
Fucked up. That is. That's fucked up, bro.
Good thing he wasn't in a wheelchair.
Mark May, that's what you get, you bastard. We don't like you anyway. 2 times. What is your side note today?
Well, I got some birthdays, dog. So
Come on.
happy birthday to Hall of Fame left fielder Jim Rice. He's 73 today. Big Boston Red Sox player. One of the greats there. 73. Happy birthday. Buck Williams. You say what?
Buck Williams.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Jim Rice in Hall of Fame. Remember, they tried to play him, though, but he in there. Buck Williams, he's 66 today.
Buck Williams. Portland Trailblazers.
And they say he was one of the strongest big fours in the league.
Hell
they said he had that grown man strength. It wasn't even Jim strength. But Kenny Williams Kenny Williams. Kenny Smith's bow-legged ass. He's 61 today.
Yeah, it's his birthday. Yep. Sure.
Yeah. His bow-legged ass. Happy birthday to you, Steve Sarkisian. Boo. He's 52 today. Yeah, I will mention that Texas Longhorn is his birthday. I ain't gonna be like that, but happy birthday.
Shout out to Shaq. Shaq's birthday was the other day. We just didn't do it.
Yeah, it was the other day. I was gonna mention that, but I was trying to keep it to the day, just today's birthday. And then finally Hines Ward, he's a big 50. That's crazy because me and Hines Ward I need you to join that. That's why I made it last.
1-5.
Yeah, 1-5 favorite player. He's 50.
Hines Ward. Hines Ward.
Hines motherfucking Ward. The dirtiest player in the league according to 1-5. Right. Dirtiest ever. He walked around with a machete on the field and shit.
That's some funny shit.
My only memory of Hines Ward.
Oh man. I remember the past shows where you would go in on it, we just be looking at you like, man, you gotta leave that man alone.
Right.
Dude was over there making legal plays.
I want to say happy birthday to all them legends and greats. My side note is very simple. I want to give a shout out to all the Ohio State players that was in the pre-combine workout that showed their ass and got a lot of props. I mean, we got Arville Reese, Sonny Styles, Lorenzo Styles Jr. ran a 4.2. Cardinal Tate was clowning. Even our Max Clare ran a great time. The Buckeyes is showing out in the combine. That's a shout out to my coach, the coaching staff, the whole university. Keep putting them in the league, bro. Keep bringing them in. Let's keep winning. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I just want to shout out Ohio State and shout out the fact that these boys about to be pros, and I appreciate it, and I'm happy for them. I can't wait. I can't wait till Caleb Downs do his pro day, but they claiming he might have tore his ACL, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna research that. I'm gonna find out some more info.
Damn.
Yeah, they claim it, but they don't know. But shout out to the Ohio State players that just played last year. I hope I can't wait to see y'all in the league. Y'all looking really good, man. Well, I'm gonna do what I always do. Everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. When I do these two crazy motherfuckers, we definitely do it on God. I am Young Money Bad News, Co-CEO of Star Money Click. I'm the number one rapper in the world. I'm definitely BMC for life. And Legendary is gonna be some shit. I don't even gotta say coming soon no more. It's some shit. 1-5, the other Co-CEO of Star Money Click. No one producer in the world. Punch Me Vodka sponsors every show we do. You read the bottom line. I ain't even gonna say it. Timmy 2 times, brother from another mother. All his damn teams. Did y'all miss him? I think y'all did because we back, motherfuckers. Shout out to everything we got going on. Y'all go get y'all money. If y'all got to work tomorrow, I definitely got to work, but I ain't got to be there till 1. Fuck them. I'll be there, though. I'm getting that bag because we get bags over here. We was the On God Podcast. We out.
Assalamu alaikum, baby.
Star money draped in gold, we sipping on success. Diamonds make moves, icy wrists stay fresh. Dating lights flicker, shadows of the best. Click rolling deep, never failing, no test. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know. OVO nights, heavy on the vibe. Strutting through the city, unstoppable tribe. Cash in the pocket, dreams in our eyes. Popping bottles, no disguise. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know. Whispers in the dark, luxury and grace. Star money governs, leads the race. Glitz on the teeth, crowns in place. Dayton nights, victories embrace. From the streets to the skies, we escalate. Star money, quick plans, they never late. Money in our steps, on the path to great. Diamonds in Dayton, check the state. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know. Whispers in the dark, luxury and grace. Star money governs, leads the race. Glitz on the teeth, crowns in place. Dayton nights, victories embrace. From the streets to the skies, we escalate. Star money, quick plans, they never late. Money in our steps, on the path to great. Diamonds in Dayton, check the state.